Hey everybody, I'm Michelle. For those who do not know who I am, who are listening maybe possibly for the first time, I am showing you my view as I speak to you tonight. For personal reasons, this is the way I'm going to do my video today. So this is part 2 on MK Ultra in the elite all of the global governments, Hollywood, and sometimes things just are not as it seems. This is a very horrific topic to talk about, but we must know what's going on. I have listened to 3 or 4 more videos on YouTube. They sure as hell are not going to tell you this on mainstream news. So I'm going to tell you, for those, especially for those that do not listen to conservative podcasts, because that's what I listen to. Okay, I was listening to one today, and I will drop these links so you can view these on your own. And I challenge you to do this, no matter if it's hard to hear or not, because the truth needs to come out before we can be free. We must know the truth. And I've been listening to probably 4 victims now that were sold into the MK Ultra mind and S-X transportation of children against their will. These are victims that are my age, that began in this horrific mind control satanic there's no words for what I've heard. There's no words for it, really. I thought I survived some horrific shit, but oh my gosh. They are naming names, y'all. And yes, our government actually, I don't know what needs to happen, because that's why I'm not showing my face, because what I'm wanting to talk about is very difficult to talk to you, some of you about, because you're my friends and I love you. But you're saying to me hateful things online that would be actually targeted to me because I voted for President Trump. No, he is not. He is the lesser. I am learning. He is the lesser of the evil. But if you think this man has violated children, you need to listen to the videos I've listened to, because you're throwing words out there that are just lies, that are not true. These people are naming Kissinger, Rothschild, Gerald Ford, President Nixon, the oh my God, hold on, I got to come up with this name. Damn. Clinton, of course, we would know he's part of this bullshit. Hold on, I got to think of this. This should be so easy to say. There's a father and a son. Shit. I will remember their names in just a minute. But also, there are people in Hollywood that are a part of this, and a lot of you wouldn't want to believe that Oprah Winfrey is involved in this, but she is, y'all. These people, these victims I have been listening to would not be naming these names. These, and oh my, it's unbelievable. And for anybody, I know I am very intuitive. I can tell these women that are survivors, and they have healed triumphantly like I have. And you know how they have healed? They have healed through spiritualism, through connecting to God, like I've been talking to y'all about so many times, going within ourselves and talking to connecting ourselves with God through the Holy Spirit that's inside of all of us. Every one of them are talking about that's how they healed. That's how I healed. And our government is the most messed up government. And just like all the other governments, they're all, I would say 75% of these people are part of this satanic ritual of blackmail, money, power, and just out and out evilness. I'm telling you that this is what I've been hearing. And I hope that for those of you especially that think President Trump is involved in the, you know who I'm talking about, that they now are not wanting to release the files. Even I'm not going to say his name because I do not want to be taken down. I want y'all to all hear this. His own attorney said that President Trump is not on the list that was blackmailed, doing these horrific things to children. I would say 75% or more of Congress and our presidents are involved in this. And for all of you Democrats that are not waking up, you are defending people that are part of this, that are satanic, that love to touch our little ones. Yes, but everybody that does this was done to them as a child. And we have the choice to do it to others when we grow up, or for those like me and many others that are speaking out, we choose to bring healing in regards to this. for a friend of mine that I think a lot of, especially because she believes in spirituality like I do, for her to say that anybody that supports Trump has no morality. You're talking about me. I have big morals. And the people you're defending are part of this. They're part of this. Our children do not deserve this. It's more widespread. Oh my God, since listening to the demonic information about MK Ultra, this is more huger than we could ever have imagined. There are so many. They say one in 4 and 5 girls and 1 in 6 and 7 boys have been touched improperly. From what I'm hearing now, it's much more than that. They're just not able to speak out about it because it's too painful. They think they deserve this, or they brought it on themselves when they did not. The Bushes, that's who I was trying to remember. Especially the son. I'm not sure about the father, but the son is especially a part of this. He has been named as somebody that victimized some of these survivors and these women that have triumphed over the hellish shit that was done to them. I voted for Bush. I voted for both of them. Mitt Romney, he is part of this. The Mormons are part of this. I voted for Obama because I didn't want to vote for somebody in the Mormon that was from the Mormon church, and they're both involved. The only people I have not heard so far that is a part of this horrific touching our little ones are John F. K. that was killed because he was trying to stand up against this deep state government. President Reagan, President Trump, all three of them have tried to come against the deep state government. Our military, the people high up, they all know about this, and there have been the good ones they chose President Trump to take down the deep state government, and he has risked his life for this. General Flynn, numerous people way up in the government, they know about this. And there are very few in Congress, I would say very few, that are not a part of all this blackmail and this power. And yeah, I've heard from victims, that survivors, that they get people drunk and somehow get pictures taken of them with little ones, and they're blackmailed. Billionaires. Y'all, this is much bigger. And I just want everyone to wake up. The best thing I can see that we need to do is to forget about the government and just live our lives and heal and work on our own self instead of blowing out bullshit all over the internet of things you don't know a damn thing about because you are listening to the wrong side. So I hope all of y'all have a good evening. Thank you.